Welcome, and thank you so much for joining us for this virtual open house. I certainly hope this is the last time a webinar will be necessary for our open house. My name is John Irvin. I'm a St. Peter's graduate. My son came to prep. I coached soccer and taught English here for many years, and I'm now in my 19th year as director of admissions. Prep has been and continues to be an important part of my life. One of my favorite things about the open house has always been having families from so many different towns and so many different schools visit prep on a Sunday afternoon, especially one as nice as today. COVID may have prevented us from having guests on campus, but this virtual event will sort of allow us to be together today. We know that many of you, both boys and parents, are in front of a screen most of the week, so we're very grateful to you for sharing part of your day with us. There may be some sixth graders tuning in and perhaps even a few prospective transfers, which is great. But most of you are probably seventh graders. It's the perfect time to begin your search for high school. You should start a list, possible schools, and then arrange to visit in person one or two, definitely your top two, maybe even three schools in the fall. Believe me, we can't wait to have admissions events on campus again, and we will in the fall. There's something about being here that usually tells students that prep is the place for them. Many of you have already submitted your application for HAP this summer. HAP is our higher achievement program for boys who are finishing the seventh grade. If you have not and are interested, we have a few spots still available in our second session. For details, call the admissions office tomorrow or Tuesday. At this time, I'd like to explain the format of today's event. We're hopeful, no, actually, we're confident that you'll be able to visit prep in the fall and meet our team of incredible teachers, counselors, and coaches. So for this open house, we want you to hear mostly from our students. Our goal is for you to get a sense of what prep is like without overwhelming you with facts and numbers. When you get closer to applying in the fall, that's when you want to hear those details. Massimo will lead you around campus and introduce our presenters. You'll also hear from our principal, a prep parent, and the president of St. Peter's Prep. As you see and listen to the students, realize that they were in your position not too long ago, trying to decide which high school would be the best fit. Picture yourself, or parents picture your son, a few years from now, wearing a tie and talking to families about your connection to prep. Now I would like to introduce our guide and host, Massimo Infantemian.
Hello, my name is Massimo Infantemian, sophomore, class of 2023. I'm standing on Warren Street Plaza in front of St. Ignatius, the founder of the Jesuits. Any school day, hundreds of my prep brothers would pass through here to head to class, hang around, and just have fun. Now, a little about me. I'm from a small town called Gillette in Morris County. I attended Central Middle School. Here at Prep, I am also a part of the varsity baseball team, actually just getting out of practice an hour ago. JV basketball team, adventure, Italian, and business clubs. Now, the reason why you were all here, the decision to come to St. Peter's Prep. Mine was honestly very easy. First off, I had multiple family members who attended here, and my mother cheerleaded for Prep. And the first day when I walked into these doors in my seventh grade summer for the HAT program, I was immediately hooked. Then I joined Prep as freshman for a day and really saw the brotherhood, love, and respect that surrounded these very walls. Now, I'd like to introduce our student council president, Johnny Brooker.
Thank you, Massimo. Good morning, future prep parents, future prep students, and good morning, prep. And I'd like to welcome you all to our spring open house for this school year. As Massimo said, my name is Johnny Brooker, and I serve as this year's student council president. I am from the great city of East Orange, New Jersey. Shout out Essex County. I went to Aquinas Academy right there in Livingston, New Jersey. I think that's the best parochial school in New Jersey. Of course, that's all biased, hands down. But Thank you for taking a not robbery to join us on today's open house. I know it is 1 o'clock. Some of you guys are eating lunch. You guys are in your houses, but thank you for turning on to another Zoom just to check us out on this fine Sunday. So as you see, I'm standing on our steps right here in front of our entrance. Pre-COVID, as you would come with you and your families, it would be me standing here alongside of our president, Dr. Gomez, greeting you and your families as you guys walk into the door, into prep doors for the very first time. But because of our global pandemic and our situation, that cannot happen. But I feel your eyes. I appreciate your participation for coming in to join us on this fine Sunday. So you're sitting in your rooms, your living rooms, your dining rooms, your kitchen, and you're thinking about why should I come here? I tell guys all the time who are thinking about coming here, especially my friends who went to different schools, and they always ask me, why did I come here? Well, I always say, I'm glad you asked. But I always tell them, if you want to come to a school where you're not only going to grow academically, but grow spiritually, mentally, intellectually, become men that are ready to affect change onto society, and at the same time have a great time doing it as well, this is the place to go. Like Dr. Gomez, our president, always talks about his love for this school. In these past 4 years, I've grown to see why he loved this school. And I can clearly bring myself into that and say the same exact thing. Like I have a great love and a great passion for St. Peter's Prep. This upcoming fall, I will be attending Marquette University. And because of everything that I learned in this school, I'm ready to go all the way out to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and then and so forth after that, and wherever my life takes me. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce a person who I know really closely. I've seen him grow since his freshman year. The school is in his hands. I'm giving him the torch. I'm giving him the keys. The school will not be burnt on fire, but he's a great guy. He's ready to serve, and his name is our future student council president for next school year, Ellis Reed. So Ellis, take it away.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for the introduction, Johnny. That means a lot. Like Johnny said, I'm going to be his successor for this next upcoming school year. I've been voted to be the student council president for this next upcoming year, and it's truly a great honor to have been voted into this position. My name, like he said, is Ellis Reed. I'm a junior currently at the school. I'm from Jersey City, and I actually went to middle school not too far from here, a couple blocks towards the water at Waterfront Montessori. A little bit about what I do here at Prep. I play baseball and run indoor track, both on the varsity level here. In addition to being on student council, I'm also part of our school's Ebony Club and Diversity Board, which both strive to really emphasize the various and different identities and backgrounds of the students here at Prep. And through that, in saying that, Prep does a very good job of taking individuals from various different cities, towns, and places all throughout New Jersey and New York City as well, and being able to bring them into this environment and create a sense of brotherhood. And because of that, I was able to pick up on that as early as my time here during HAP. And that only drew me closer to what would eventually become my second home for 4 years. So I truly cherish my time I've spent here at Prep so far, and I'm looking forward to having another great year as I go into my senior year. And I hope to see you and your families here on campus in Grand and Warren in years to come. Thank you.
Now, I am standing in our main lobby. To my right, this is a banner from the Mouse Retreat in 1977. And to my left is the Prep Campus Shop. Now, two senior members and campus ministry who will speak to you about service and retreat opportunities, my teammate, Owen Fletcher and Jacqueline.
Thank you, Massimo. As Ma said, my name is Owen Fletcher. I'm a track captain at St. Peter's Prep. I'm also a 3-year member of the varsity baseball team. I'm part of the campus ministry team, the Global Initiatives Board, and the Student Council. Next year, I'll be going on to Boston College. And right now, I'm standing in front of the St. Isaac's Joe's Chapel, where every day at 7:30, Mass is celebrated for all those that would like to attend. And as a Jesuit in a Catholic school, Mass is a very important part of our identity. And it really helps us to focus our religious intent of forming men of a religious background. This is not to say that Mass is demanding and Mass is forced upon everyone. We actually encourage religious diversity. In fact, about 20% of the student body at St. Peter's Prep identifies as non-Catholic. And we have many opportunities. We have a Muslim prayer room on campus. We have a Hebrew club that celebrates many Jewish holidays. And we encourage religious diversity in all of our classes. One of the ways that we do this is by aiding students in their journey on retreats. This starts with the Freshman Ignite, which introduces students to prep. And this will continue onto the sophomore day of retreat called Koinonia. In junior and senior year, students are able to then go on weekend-long retreats and longer retreats than that to further develop themselves as religious men. Now, Jacqueline is going to talk from inside the chapel about the campus ministry team and other opportunities that we have.
All right, thank you, Owen. So as you all can see, I'm standing inside Jogues Chapel. At St. Peter's, I played soccer for 3 years before switching my sport and becoming a member of the cross-country team. I ran track for 3 seasons. Sadly, one of our spring seasons was cut short due to COVID. I'm also a senior leader on the campus ministry team, and I'm a member of Christian Life Community. I am also part of French Club, Yoga Club, and the Prep Surf Club. So in addition to Mass and religious life at Prep, we also have a plethora of service opportunities that begin your freshman year with your freshman day of service. Your freshman day of service will aid communities both in Jersey City or in surrounding areas. And not only does this help surrounding communities and other groups of people, but it's also a very strong bonding moment for our freshman brothers. So in addition to freshman service opportunities, though, it doesn't scrape the tip of the iceberg for how much you can do here at St. Peter's in terms of service. Other service opportunities include trips to Bethel, Alaska, several locations in West Virginia, Los Angeles, and Ecuador, and then Camden, New Jersey, where personally I went to West Virginia during the summer, and I had one of my most memorable experiences here at St. Peter's. It is a trip. They are trips that I recommend everybody take, because not only do you grow religiously on certain experiences of these trips, but you also get to experience new friends, new people, get to do new things while you're here at Prep. So all these religious opportunities, Mass, service opportunities, take a lot of background. There's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes. And one group that helps out with that is the campus ministry team. Like I said, I'm a part of the campus ministry team. Campus ministry team is only for seniors who decide to apply and hopefully are accepted onto the team. In campus ministry team, we have smaller groups that help with either service, Mass, or retreats. Currently, we have one group helps with the food pantry, and even today, we had faculty and staff members serving to help local food pantries. And it's something I recommend. Again, another experience that I recommend all as you get to your senior year, you definitely do, and it helps out your younger prep brothers. And then in addition to campus ministry team, we also have a group called Christian Life Community, which begins your sophomore year. Christian Life Community is a group of students that meet during one lunch period, a cycle, with Father Mullen in his office. And you spend about 15 minutes talking to each other, just catching up on what's happening at prep, how your tests are going and how sports are going. And then you'll have a quick prayer and reflection, and you just talk about your week. And everybody, if somebody's going through something or they're having a good week, everybody just shares. It's very personal, and they share how they're doing. This year, due to COVID, we actually had CLC every night or Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. And it was one of the greatest experiences I've had here. It was nice to reflect and calm down before you go to bed on a Tuesday night, and then come back to school recharged the next day. So that's a little bit about service here at Prep, and I'm handing it back to Massimo. Thank you.
Now I'm on the second floor of Mowry Hall, where the guidance area for our college counselors have their offices. Now I'd like to introduce Ms. Morissette and Senior Jacob Talman, who will talk about guidance and our college process.
Thanks, Massimo. Hi, my name is Sarah Morissette, and this is my 9th year here at Prep, and I'm the Assistant Director of Guidance and College Counseling at Prep.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jacob Talman. I'm a senior from Fort Lee, New Jersey, and I will be attending the University of Wisconsin-Madison in the fall. I discovered Prep just like Many of you will if you would enroll and attend the HAP program. Mr. Irvin came to my Catholic middle school, Notre Dame Academy in Palisades Park, and spoke about all the wonderful things that prep had to offer. I went into HAP and I loved it, and then I decided to become a freshman for the day, and that's where I really got a sense of the brotherhood and independence of being a prep student. After that, it was a no-brainer, and I enrolled, and I'm happy to say that I'll be graduating in a couple weeks as an accomplished prep student.
Do you want to talk about some of the things that you're involved in here, Brooke?
Yeah, I'm involved with a lot of stuff here in the school. I'm in the diversity board. I played rugby for a few years. I'm in the senior spirit committee, campus ministry team. I'm a tutor as part of two honor societies, Spanish Honor Society and National Honor Society, and I enrolled in the summer immersion trip to Ecuador a couple years ago.
So there's a few things that make prep really, really unique. One is our students' independence and ability to kind of choose and make their day as they wish. But also the other thing is our guidance program. So we have a 4-year curriculum where if you are my student, I get to see you in the classroom once every 8 days. We have 2 freshman counselors. The freshman experience is a little different. So we want to make sure that they're managed and supported by really great counselors. And then potentially at the beginning of your sophomore year, you'll become my student and we'll be together for 3 years, sophomore through senior year. Do you want to talk a little bit about your guidance experience?
Okay, so freshman year, as Ms. Morris had said, you have a different counselor. I had Father Mullen, and that was more just to, you're a new guy on campus and you have a small community within that guidance class. You get to make friends and we talk about important topics and prepares you for the years ahead. And then sophomore year is when I met Ms. Morissette, and it's not just a college preparation type of class every 8 days, like as she said. We also talk about important topics that will prepare you not just in high school, but your college years and beyond, some of them including consent, suicide awareness, and many more.
So we cover everything from social, emotional to academic to the college experience in guidance. So if I'm your counselor, anything that was Jacob's business was kind of my business, whether he liked it or not. The nice thing is that some students need me more than others, but regardless, I get to see every single student once every 8 days. Not only do I get to know the students, but I get to know their families as well. So by the time that kind of second semester, senior year, the college experience is really upon us, I think that for many of our students, we've created a great experience, and the process is effortless isn't quite the word, but that we just have an understanding and a relationship that we can build on, helping with letters of recommendation and things of that nature. 99% of our students attend a 4-year school after attending prep, and those that don't usually often go on to do some sort of community service. The most popular schools, you're hearing a number of them today. A number of our students do choose to continue their Jesuit education, going to schools such as St. Joe's, Scranton, Fairfield, Boston College, and Georgetown. But then other students, just like Jacob, are choosing kind of that traditional large school experience. So Rutgers, University of Delaware, UConn, and this year, very popular, maybe 4 or 5 guys going out to Wisconsin, which we're really excited about. We also work in conjunction with our Browning Center, which is our learning services and student support. So we have a learning specialist up there, Ms. Davis, and also our director of student services, Ms. Durante. She is also a counselor. We actually have 9 counselors here for all of our students, which means I'm in charge of about 100 to 125 young men, which nationally is an amazing number. I find that I'm really able to get to know my students well. Our students have a lot of free time. So it is not unusual. Most of the time that Jacob and I have spent together have been during free periods. Usually there's 3, 4, 5, 6. This is not a large office. 7 bodies in this room when it's not COVID, whether it's doing homework or hanging out, having some lunch. And it's those downtimes that I think are the best that allow us to kind of get to know each other. Jacob, actually, you were a tutor in the Browning Center, correct?
Yes, that's right. As I mentioned a little earlier, as part of the Spanish Honor Society and the National Honor Society, I helped tutor kids in the Browning Center that needed a little bit of help anywhere from Spanish, physics, and calculus, and they all ended up doing significantly better after I help them. And and even though I'm done with school, I'm still helping students virtually. So yeah, it's one of my proudest achievements, helping the students in the Browning Center.
The students are really proud to be here. We're really proud to work here, and we really hope that you'll come visit us in the fall. Massimo, you're doing a great job. Take it over.
Thank you so much. Now I'm in the Maury lobby, which has several administrative offices, which for us students is a pass-through as we head to our classes. To my left, there is a board of the seniors' college choices that they will be heading to next year. Now, I would like to hand the torch over to Mr. James D'Angelo, who is also a prep graduate, class of '85, who will speak to you from inside the conference room.
Thank you, Massimo. And it's so good to have everybody with us here this afternoon. And thank you for spending some time with us. You know, if you're here thinking already about high school, if you're in 7th grade or 6th grade, it means you take your academics seriously, and the choice for high school that you will choose will also be something very serious in your life. And it's good that you take the time now to check things out. But I would also hope too that in the fall, when we return to an open house and our Freshman for a Day program, you'll have an opportunity to meet people here and get answers and get to see things with your own eyes and hear things with your own ears. You know, I am a graduate, as Massimo mentioned. I graduated from here in 1985, and in so many ways, prep is different, but in many ways it is the same. And I guess I would say I was challenged in ways that I never thought about, never dreamed about in previous schools. And I always felt, though, at the same time that I was challenged, I was also supported. And I felt that support from my classmates, from teachers, guidance counselors, the Jesuit community here, that really did help me get through and to grow and to become a person that I could never have thought about when I first entered. You know, I also got an opportunity to meet students from all over the area. That's been true of prep since pretty much its founding. And today, students come from over 250 different middle schools, right? That's an amazing number, and amazing different types of backgrounds and preparation and way of looking at school, the world, and really kind of getting to know a lot of different people. And that's really one of the things that makes prep special. In our academic life, I think another thing that would distinguish prep from some other high schools is that we don't have a tracking system in place. No one is tracked into, say, an honors program or a college prep program, but rather students have an opportunity to move in and out of honors courses based upon performance and even interest. And if you look at their website, and then even later on in an open house in the fall, you'll be able to see the different ways to move in and out of honors classes based on choice, or even to take advantage of as many as possible that would fit into your schedule. Outside the classroom, we have a wide variety of athletic clubs, athletic teams, clubs and activities, campus ministry and retreat programs that you heard a little bit about earlier, but also our global and international programs. And all these things have been put on hold a little bit this year in different ways because of the COVID pandemic. And we're already looking to start them up again and really to have them come back even stronger than before. Finally, you know, Massimo began here, and he's standing in front of the board where we list the colleges where our graduating class goes to. And when we speak about, you know, the college search process, we always ask students, what's the best fit? Think about it and find a place that you can see yourself not just going to, but also being successful and thriving. And I would hope that you take that same attitude to your high school search. Look around, listen to what you've heard, come and visit us and see, is this a place where I will fit in, where I'll be challenged, be open to the challenge, and be open to the support to grow and to develop into the young man that God has called him to be. So with that, I would say, given that we talk about our academic reputation, do the best you can in 7th grade, 8th grade, you finish 7th grade and you move into 8th grade next year. And that will be the key to opening up all the things that you see here. So again, great to see you. I hope to see you at some point next year. And I'll hand it back to Massimo, who's now on the other side of campus.
Thank you, Mr. D'Angelo. Now I'm outside of the English building, where us students head in to either go to the gym, visit the library, or head to our classes upstairs, which for me, I have an English class on the 4th floor, and I love those stairs. Now, I'm handing it to Johnny Brooker and Ellis Reed, who will be in the library and will speak about many clubs that we have at Prep.
What's going on again? It's me again. Thank you, Massimo. As Massimo said, me and Ellis were in the library. We have the task of talking about our the various amount of clubs that we have. So we have a slew of them. Ellis will get into the specifics. But one thing people always ask me, as student council president, how do you have time? Like, what are you also a part of? And I'm glad to let you know that I'm a part of not only student council, but Ebony Club, Diversity Board, PAX Christi, serve on the senior campus ministry team, and so much more. So it's so easy to get involved. And Ellis will get into the specifics.
Hello again. I'm Ellis Reed. Our clubs and co-curriculars are really a staple of what makes prep what it is. There are over 30 up and running clubs here at the school for people to join and for kids to join. And one thing that I like to say to incoming freshmen and possible Marauder families like you guys is that when coming into your freshman year, it's very hard to feel lost. And with everything going on, it's very hard to feel lost. And it's very easy to be able to find something that piques your interest because there are so many different clubs, co-curriculars, and sports that are offered at the school that it's easy to find one lane or another that really is like, that's your thing. With that being said, you can actually start that process fairly early. That September of your freshman year, there's always a club fair, and usually in a year where COVID is not an issue, there would be a club fair where all the members and the leaders of each club would showcase the ins and outs of their club and what they're about. And this really allows for freshmen to get their footing as soon as they start in September. And it's really a good opportunity for kids to make friends and to find their place off the jump in September of their freshman year.
Before we leave you all, there's three things I'd like to leave you with. Number one, new clubs can be started by the approval of the student council. Like I said, I've been on it for a minute now, so I got to see that on firsthand account. It's an easy process. We send out a little Google form out. Your fellow students, you make any club of your choice, literally anything. All you need is about 2 other students with you and a teacher to be over that particular club. You fill out the little Google form that the student council fills out, and then boom, we look over it. You write your little mission statement, what you guys are about, and you have yourself your brand new club. It's as simple as that. Number 2, upperclassmen, we love teaching the freshmen what we learned through involvement. It's like sort of like carrying off the torch. Involvement is key, especially here at prep. I personally believe you would get the full prep experience if you are involved with something. I'm not saying you have to be a part of everything, but if you're a part of something, you're getting that full prep experience, and you can see why prep is school like the way it is. And the last thing I'd like to leave you with is the importance of being involved in activities from our personal experience. It helped me and Ellis. We grew. We came in as itty bitty freshmen, and look at us now, leading the school, and look at everybody else here joining the open house as well. But just being involved is a key facet here. I enjoyed it, and you could take leadership positions right away. But I don't advise it. But the clubs, the co-curriculars, they're immense. There's a lot of them. At the same time, you can come in with your own ideas and bring in what you want to see here at St. Peter's Prep. Thank you.
Now, as you can see, I'm in the basketball court, but here at Prep, we call this the barn, home for our basketball team, wrestling, and our volleyball team as well. Now, as you can see behind me, we have our sign of Prep and Adidas. Adidas is our clothing brand for all our athletics here at Prep. Now, I want to tell you all, as I said before, that I was a part of the JV basketball team. Not varsity, but it was a prep sport. In the winter season, this is a second home. I'm here every day after classes, and I'm practicing, working my something up. Now, I would like to hand this over to several team captains who will talk about many athletics here at Prep.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm honored to welcome you all to the barn. My name is Jack Rudolph. I'm a senior from Rutherford. I'm a 4-year member of the volleyball team, and I'm the senior captain of the bowling team. In the fall, I'll be bowling for the College of New Jersey. Excuse me if my voice is still a little bit raspy. We had a volleyball game yesterday, and we have to get loud against tough opponents. As the bowling captain, the team has always been a fun way to get involved with prep athletics. The bowling team has really become a second family for me, And as a rising eighth grader who had never bowled seriously, I never saw myself competing in high school. Thankfully, I took to the sport quickly and I was named captain in my junior year. Here at Prep, we have a long-standing tradition of academic excellence, but we also pride ourselves on our elite athletics. While bowling doesn't use the weight room, I'm going to take this time to talk about some of the facilities that our Marauders have access to. Besides the equipment upstairs that you'll see soon, there are 3 locations dedicated to fitness. The first one being downstairs in the English building. We have a general weight room. We also have a recently completed erg room for the crew team. And we have the Perkins Athletic Center that is commonly used by lacrosse, football, soccer, and wrestling, if that's the one. I would also like to talk about Keenan Field, the facility 2 blocks down from Prep. That is the practice site for the lacrosse, soccer, and football teams. And while bowling is a little bit different, we practice and compete at Hudson Lanes here in Jersey City, just a 20-minute bus ride away. While I don't want to take up too much of your time, I want to thank you all for spending some of your weekend here at Prep with us. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce our next speaker, senior captain of the soccer team, Aiden Aryaga. Thank you.
So here at Prep, we have actually, let me introduce myself first. So I come from North Bergen here, sticking in Hudson County. I am the captain of the varsity soccer team, and I will continue my athletic career at the New Jersey Institute of Technology, playing at the Division I level. So here at Prep, we have 19 sports. Behind me, we have accolades for every single one of those sports. 17 of those sports have sub-varsity levels, meaning that they're divided into either freshman, JV, or varsity level, depending on your level you'll be placed in. For 15 of those 19 teams, there's a coach who's a faculty here at Prep. So I just want to talk about, from my experience as a fall sport player, I think it's a great opportunity to make new friends here at Prep, because in the summer, for soccer at least, in the summer we start off in July, as early as July. And that was really an opportunity for me to meet my new friends. I wasn't really a social person from here at Prep, but those events and those camps and everything that happened with the athletics here at Prep is a really good experience. And I think it's a great way to find friends. And if you do plan on doing like a fall sport, just keep in mind that in the summer we do have a lot of these events, so try not to compromise yourself too much. But I do hope you choose Prep. And I'll pass it over to the captain of the baseball team, Ian Wilson. Go Prep.
So hello, everybody. My name's Ian Wilson. I'm from Bayonne, New Jersey. I formerly attended Nicholas Resco School in Bayonne. As Aiden said, I'm captain of the varsity baseball team here at Prep. I'm a part of the campus ministry team. I'm president of the baseball club here at Prep, something that Johnny talked about a little bit before. And I'm also members of the Stock Market Club and the French Club. Next year, I'll be playing baseball at SUNY Maritime College at the Division III level. Something that I'm going to talk about today is the discipline, commitment, and as Aiden spoke about, the friendships that come from Prep sports. Something that Johnny mentioned once again was the commitment and the level of involvement that comes with being a prep student. I think that's something a lot of people don't understand, is the discipline and commitment it takes to be a student athlete. As Massimo said before, we just came from a practice about an hour ago. So it's a lot on your plate, but it's a lot comes out of being a student athlete and understanding the discipline and commitment that comes out of it. There's a lot of late nights and there's a lot of time management that comes into being an athlete, but it certainly helps you out in the long run, understanding time management and commitment levels. So thank you for your time. And actually, as you can see here, something that Jack spoke about before, a part of our facilities, we actually have a bunch of new stationary bikes and treadmills up here on the second floor of our gym. So it's something that's definitely super cool to see. Prep growing and Prep really cool parts of our gym. So thank you for your time. And I'm going to pass it back to my teammate Massimo.
Thanks, Ian. Now I'm inside the MSC lobby next to the reception desk which is a stop for all visitors who come to prep. Now, I would like to pass it to Mr. Lee, a parent of one of our seniors, Ian Lee.
Welcome to Prep. My name is Salvador Lee, and I'm a proud parent of a student graduating this year. I remember it was only like it was yesterday when we were visiting schools to see if it would be an ideal fit for us. Unfortunately, due to the pandemic, we weren't able to host an open house on site currently. But what I can share with you is what transpired for us these past 4 years. Prep has underwent a multi-million-dollar transformation and upgrades to enhance our student experiences. Here are some of the highlights. State-of-the-art science labs, upgraded classroom with smart boards, recently built athletic center and practice field just down the street, and that's just to name a few. As a parent, when we visited the school, one of those things that we noticed was how great the student body was, how helpful, well-rounded they were. The students have this camaraderie where they help one another out, whether it's through their coursework, group projects, clubs, volunteering, or even in the athletic fields, whether participating in a sport or cheering their teams on. Prep really goes out of their way to support the students. It ranges from assisting kids after school to master a particular set of skills, to the clubs the students join based on their interest, of which you heard from Ellis, over 30 and plus. And let's not forget the great alumni support that mentors our students. Now, most people judge others by how well they handle themselves during crises. This is what I can share with you from a parent's observation. This past year and a half, during the pandemic, our school was open. Let me say it again, our school was open. We had both a hybrid model, and for those kids that wish to stay at home, they were able to. The staff and teachers were able to adjust their curriculum with minor modifications, and our teachers never missed a beat. In fact, they increased office hours to help out any students in need. Now, one of the things that people often ask is, how does that prepare the kids for college? Well, having a son that recently applied to college during this pandemic, most parents were worried. Were our kids competitive enough to get into a good college? I can assure you, from my perspective, our kids were more than competitive. In fact, they thrived and did not miss a beat. We have kids that will be moving on to play their respective sports, as you heard from Ian Wilson in baseball, and another kid, another senior, I apologize for not remembering his name, but they'll be playing soccer in JIT, as well as kids getting into the top colleges where they got into. So when they say prep for life, they actually mean it, and you come to learn. The other thing about prep was that we really enjoyed was the community, was that they held prayers and counseling service on a regular basis for both the students and the family, and continue to bring hope during this time's hardship. I'm still at awe how prep was able to transition so quickly, both academically and spiritually. Now, these are just some of the previews that suddenly begin to scratch the surface of the prep spirit. I hope you get a sense for yourselves how our family has come to appreciate it and what prep has done for our son. There's a saying that I believe that prep has. Prep will always help those who ask for it. So if this is the type of atmosphere that you're looking for your son to grow into, no need to look any further, as I believe you may have found a place like we did. I look forward to seeing and meeting you at Prep in the future. Go Prep.
Finally, I am in Chalu Hall, where our freshman counselors have their offices, and our president of Prep also has his office. Now, to the man we have been waiting to listen to, our president, Dr. Gomez.
Thank you, Massimo. Good afternoon, soon-to-be members of the Prep family, and a really warm welcome home to some of our alumni on the call. St. Ignatius, the founder of the Society of Jesus, the Jesuits, tells us that it's not greed that is the root of all evil, but it's ingratitude. Ingratitude, the root of all evil. So that's why gratitude is a part of the fabric of St. Peter's Prep. One of the things for which I am most grateful in my life is that my late father and my late mom sent me to St. Peter's Prep. I'm a St. Peter's Prep graduate, one of the greatest gifts because I was surrounded by awesome teachers and coaches who taught me how to be a man, a good man. I promise the same to you should you become my prep brother. So many high school choices out there for you with so many questions, but the most important question of all is the why. Why do we do what we do at St. Peter's Prep? You should find out of all the high schools that you're going to. What's the why? Why are we educating and forming the minds and hearts and souls of young men? It's not so that our graduates get into college, graduate from college, or make a living. I mean, they do that, but that's not the why. We are teaching young men how to live as strong men, loving, humble, resilient, faith-filled men. Men who, as Pope Francis would say, men who are magnanimous, right? From the Latin meaning great souls. Magnanimous men with big hearts, without fear, always betting on and striving for the great ideals. And men who also use their great hearts in the little things, in the daily things, in hallway smiles, after school tutoring, in that great phrase, "Good night, Mom, I love you." Great hearts that sing our alma mater, pride and glory, even after we lose. That's the why. Forming men who don't have hearts on fire just for what they're passionate about, but men who want and can set the world on fire with lives filled with heroic actions and heroic virtues. If that's what you're looking for in a high school, come to prep. But know that it's not a place. It's an experience. It's a way of life. There's only 925 men on the whole planet who can say they go to St. Peter's Prep right now. Just like our faculty and staff, there's only 135 men and women who say they serve at St. Peter's Prep. We believe there's something sacred about that. St. Peter's Prep, even in the midst of a 14-month pandemic, is still vibrant, still prep strong, moving forward, forever forward. Largest incoming class in over 20 years. We have 150 communities from 3 states converging on the corner of Grand and Warren, forming one prep family. And we are the most diverse Jesuit high school in the country. And our alumni support has never been stronger. And I'm confident that we will be fully in person every day in September as we begin celebrating our 150th anniversary. I'm looking forward to you joining the prep family. I'm biased, but I am in awe of this place. It's sacred to me. And of course, I think it's the greatest school on the planet. Have a wonderful day. See you in person soon. Let's go prep.
Thank you, Dr. Gomez. As we conclude, thank you once again for joining us today. We hope that St. Peter's will be on that list of high schools that you start to put together. We can't wait to see you on our campus either this summer at HAP or in the fall for freshmen for a day or our open house. I hope as you listen to our young men, you get a sense of what the students at St. Peter's are like. These are guys I just reached out to and said, can you help us for open house? And they said, absolutely, Mr. Irvin, what do you need? And here they are on a Sunday, showing up in jackets and ties to be part of this program for you, more so than for me. They want to spread their love for St. Peter's and hope that you guys will be on campus, even though they will not be here to see you. They'll be off to college. Massimo will be the only one who you'll see if and when you come to St. Peter's. So again, thank you so much. If we didn't answer your questions during the presentations, we'll continue to do that for folks who sent in questions to us via the email. And please also visit our website if you would like to contact anyone for further information. Thanks so much. And again, hope to see you on campus soon. Have a great day.